Okay, folks, it's time to pack up the truck to head outdoors to see the one and only hunting, fishing. Hey there, folks, this is Big Doug Outdoors here. I'm going to show you guys how to make my little drift weights that I used out there for fishing, and I'm going to show you some other weights that you can use doing drifting with. You don't necessarily need to make them. I mean, you can use these big old, I call them cannonballs, but they're actually egg sinkers. This here I think is a 5 ounce, but you can get them in 3, 2 and 1 ounces. That's all you really need. Need you a 2 ounce with a nice little old peg float that you can stick on your leader line where it floats that bait. That's the most important about dragging, I've learned actually out there doing it, is you need to kind of get that bait up off the ground, and that'll keep you from getting as much in hang-ups and stuff like that, in brush, and also into like logs and stuff or rocks. But I mean, again, you can use these. You can use no-row sinkers, a little 2 ounce or 3 ounce, depending on what kind of current you're in, because you may have to use a bigger one. You can use these little flat bait sinkers that you would anchor on here, or you can even use bait sinkers, clip it on here, one little slides, or you can just take a little clip like this here and just clip this on here, clip it onto your string, or on your 3-way swivel, or even just a 2-way swivel, like your standard swivels, like for instance, we'll just use this for example. Like a good thick swivel that will hold the weight up, like you see right there. Just a 2-way swivel that you would use to hook on your leader line. And that, I've learned with my leader line, it's crucial how long they are, because you want it kind of long. At least I found out around 2 foot. That's what somewhere around that area, something to where it'll allow that bait to float up off the bottom, and because as you're dragging it, what will happen, your slip float will drop down with the bait, and sometimes it's only about this far off the bottom. So, and that's with 2 foot. Depends on how fast of a current, how fast you're drifting, and all that stuff as well. But anyways, I've learned drifting kind of slow actually works the best. So we're going to go ahead and show you how I make them, and you can use any type of sinkers the way I make them. There's other ways you can actually make them, but I like it this way, the way I did it, because I wanted something where I can keep those drift sinkers, because you know, drift sinkers, as anybody knows, if you look them up, they're expensive. I mean, they can be very pricey. I mean, you got probably material at home setting at your house that you can actually make these things with. So I'm going to show you real quick, and you don't have to have everything that I'm using, so you can improvise with certain things. So with that being said, we'll jump right into this video. So here we go, folks. This is what I'm going to show you. I'm going to try to do a good job aerating this for you guys to where you can understand what I'm doing. So right here I'm using 100-pound braid line that I use for my hair rigs for carp fishing, and this works really good. Again, folks, you can see there it's braid line, and again, I'm not sponsored by any of this stuff. Get you some good sharp shears or scissors there to turn around and cut this line, because you don't want it to be all flared up on the end, because reason being, you got to feed all this stuff through it. Right there's a slip float bead for a stopper I'm putting on the end of it. It's a little bit bigger than what you normally use, and I'm getting ready to make a loop knot, and make sure it's real tight as you can get it to the bead, so that way, because this is a beginning stage of making your drift weight here for you guys. So, and it's real simple and easy. I got big hands, so somebody with small hands, it's a little easier for them. And make sure you got her all nice and snug and tight there. And so right now, get ready to clip off the tag tail of that end. You don't really need that on there. You can clip it as close as you want to. But anyways, here we go. And again, good sharp scissors works and goes a long way. And I'm getting ready to start putting our sinkers on to make our drift weight. And you can use different sizes. This is what I'm starting with, is an egg sinker. It's a 3/8 ounce egg sinker, which works really good. You can use steel or zinc or whatever you want to use to make these with. And then right here I'm making using a worm sinker. I think it is a 3/8 ounce as well. It's real easy, and it makes them really flexible doing it this way too. But anyways, here I'm looking around. I got an issue with one of my sinkers there. The one end of it is kind of closed up a little bit, and I'm looking for my little nail. So I'll show you right here why I use a little nail. Just take that little finishing nail, whatever nail you want to use, shove it in the end of it, twist it around in there real good, and it opens the end up, makes it easier to get that through there. That's what I recommend doing. And then you just keep stacking them. You put an egg sinker, and then your worm sinker or bullet sinker. I call them little bullet sinker because that's what they look like to me. And you just alternate them. So we're speed forward real quick here, and we're putting on the last little bullet sinker. As you can see there, it's actually 3/8 as well. And then we're going to make a little loop knot. And the reason why I'm going to make it, so that way I can weigh it to the right size that I want with the weight of my drift sinker, which is, I was aiming for 3 ounces. You can do 2, whatever you prefer to do it in different current. And right there I'm showing you my scale. That's where I got that off of Amazon, and it weighs in ounces. If you're going to order one, make sure it does ounces. And you can see there, look at there folks, we got it at 3 ounces is what I was aiming for. So right here I'm showing you how you can test your scale, make sure it's right. Just put it on there, and right there it's a 2 ounce bank sinker, which weighs 2 ounces as you see there. And I'm showing you that it is a 2 ounce. Makes it easier to do that. So now we're going to jump right up here, and this is the barrel swivel quick connect that I use out there. You can use whatever color, brand, whatever, it doesn't make a difference. Like here showing you, there's a gold brass color one, whatever you want to call it. That works really good too, but I like the darker color because that way it kind of hides it when it's drifting along, and it hopefully doesn't shiny and detect the fish or anything. But anyways, you want to make sure these barrel swivel quick connects are closest to your lead as possible. And reason being is you don't have all this extra line and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing here, and it's kind of tedious because I got big hands. Works great for somebody who has little hands. So we're going to jump forward here again. Alrighty, so now we're just tying it all up, putting a bunch of tie knots on there to make it tight as we can. And it's working out pretty good, I think, so far. So right here, I think I'm tying up the last knot here, and I'm going to show you real quick. There's the last knot that I put on there, and right here I'm just showing you, I leave my tag in on. I don't take it off or cut it off. Leave it on there for a reason. So now we're going to get our shrink wrap tubing, and this here just a standard shrink wrap tubing you can get off of Amazon. You can get different colors, black, ones that are sealed up, waterproof or whatever. It doesn't matter. So you just want to measure it up to the size of the weight, kind of adjust it to the length, and you can do different length. You can get bigger ones or shorter ones. But anyways, right here I'm mashing it out because it comes really flat in the roll, and it kind of helps getting it down through. And right there I got a 50-pound leader line with a small egg sinker with a barrel swivel on it. That kind of helps get that through there, the shrink wrap tubing. It makes it a little easier because I put it on a certain way. So we're going to clip that mono line on there with the egg sinker and feed it through our shrink wrap tube there. And that shrink wrap tube is a 1/2 inch thick, folks. Well, not 1/2 inch thick, but a 1/2 inch diameter, and it shrinks down to about 3/16 if I'm not mistaken. So, which is pretty good. That's what I like, especially with using a bigger lead on there, the egg sinkers, and also your worm sinkers. So there, I'm sliding it all down on there, so you can see how easy it makes it a little bit. You can grip it and pull it down on there. It's like you're milking a cow. That's what it looks like to me. So we want to put it on there enough to where it kind of covers the barrel swivel up just a little, not much, and we're halfway. And then now we're getting it all adjusted. And right here is the most important thing: a heat gun. You really need to get you a heat gun instead of a lighter, because you can burn the tube, overheat it, and scorch it. Well, then it becomes hard or don't work very well. So right here, I'm just using my heat gun that I got off of Amazon for around 10 bucks, folks. That's all it is. I use the heat gun and that shrink wrap tubing to make my little lights, my LED lights that you guys have seen that I posted. So right here, we're just heating up the shrink tubing, and we'll jump forward there. We're at the end of it, getting it all shrinked up real nice and tight as I can. And voila, there's our shrink. There's our drift weight. And you can make them in different sizes, as you see there. So there we go, folks. As you can see, it's real simple to make these drift weights. You can make them in different sizes, like I showed you there. You can make them in 2 ounces. You can make them in 1 ounce if you want to do crappie ones, or bass or whatever. However you want to use them for drift fishing out there. You can make them short, small, and they will bend like this here. You know, you can get them where they flex like this, and there you go. You got a little bit of a bend to it. You can drag that on the bottom, and it'll help you potentially catch you some catfish if that's what you want to use them for. Or even you can make these to use them for crappie as well. Make them into a 1 ounce. You can get the smaller worm sinkers that you got right here and make you a 1 ounce one, and get you have to get different shrink wrap tubing, because this shrink wrap tubing is a 1/2 inch. You'd have to get something like a 1/4 inch or something like that to make a 1 ounce drift weight to where you can drift it for crappie fishing, because there is people out there that does drift for crappie fishing. So with that being said, you know, I just wanted to share this with you guys, and hopefully maybe potentially save you some money. Again, you know, I'm not sponsored by any of this stuff that I show you or talk to you guys about. So with that being said, we're going to end the video here. I just want to thank you for the ones that subscribe. If you haven't, please do so, and tell a friend, family, and neighbor about it as well. I surely would appreciate it, folks. And like I always say, God bless and good luck to the upcoming hunting, fishing, camping here in 2021, folks. Catch you guys next time.